This is game 3 of Kammalleri, Kama, as we call him, the Protoss player, and Eureka, the Terran player. And I am the Reverend Jakes. I am joined by my good friend Anubis, who is also a member of this tournament. How are you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. This has been an excellent series of games so far. The players have tied it up, and this is for who is going to be playing in the finals. So it's a very important matchup. You've had a little bit of experience with Eureka. He did take you out of the top bracket, as he took out myself. What do you think we can expect from him? We've seen a lot of early pressure from him in the first game, and then when he didn't use that early pressure, it didn't work out for him against this opponent. What do you think we're going to see in this game?
Well, I know when I fought him in TVT, he was more of a sit back and build up tanks and marines and push at a later stage in the game. But if we're seeing early pressure out of him, I wouldn't be surprised to see it again if it's worked.
Yeah, I think, Eureka is a good player simply because he seems to have a different strategy for each race that he plays. When he played me as Zerg, he did a lot of early kind of annoyance pressures, trying to put down bunkers in my base. None of that really succeeded, but he's definitely got a different strategy for each race that he plays, and that's helpful. And because an opponent will have a lot of trouble reading you that way.
Oh, definitely, definitely. All right, we do see Eureka is going for that fast gas, and one barracks trying to get that marine out to pick off that probe. It's being a little pesky. He was trying to hide over in that bottom left corner. I don't know if you noticed that, but he did manage to scout him.
It's interesting in this game, Eureka actually scouting early in the past 2 games. In the first game, he did not scout at all, but in the second game, it was probably up into the 4-minute mark before he even sent one of his SCVs out.
It was good to see it. He's realizing that his opponent likes to hide things in his base.
I'm surprised how long this probe's been able to survive. I think it's about to die, but it's gotten a little bit of information. Knows about that early gas. I'm not
Does
sure.
Does he see the early factory?
He does not see the factory.
No, he
So
does
wasn't
not.
able to get to the other side of the base, unfortunately. Finally, Eureka is in the base scouting now. Gonna see Kama.
Come on.
I'm gonna call him Calamari.
There you go.
Uh,
Does lose that scout rather early. He did get to see all of Kama's tech, but he's not going to find out anything else. He does see that he's got double gas. That is a really open strat for Kama.
yeah, he got to see as much as he could, really, but it's unfortunate that he's not going to be able to see sort of what tech strategy this Protoss player is going to go, because it's around this time that the Protoss player really shows off what they're going to be able to do. And it looks like, again, Eureka is going for that fast starport, probably going to switch places with that factory when it's finished. That's what he's been doing the past couple of games to get down some high-tech units with his starport.
Yeah, you see he's starting to bring in his Hellion to start poking at the front. At the same time, he's going to be working to pop out that Banshee, I imagine, to try and... Oh, no, he's moving the... What is he doing with that factory? He's taking it all over the place.
And he is going to switch places
He
with
is
that
gonna switch
tech lab.
places.
And he's building the factory its own tech lab as well, so
Just to
probably...
get those tanks out, yeah.
probably going to get some tanks as well.
He does manage to get the Hellion in. It's in the mineral line. I don't think it's going to get any kills off, though.
No.
Is he going to get it out alive, though? Oh, it's got
2 health,
hits.
and he gets it out of there. He tried the Hellion harass in another game. It's so hard to kill those probes with their shields, with those Hellions, with just one of them. But it looks like he might be going a very similar build to the first game with those banshees, as well as tanks and marines.
Although he is currently supply blocked, and that Banshee is just sitting there, not actually being created. Does look like he got a little frustrated. Did build 2 supply depots to try and make up for that mistake. And it does look like Kama is going to spot the incoming Banshee. He does have Observer, and he should have, well, he's only got 2 Stalkers and a Sentry to deal with that air, but
and just
should have
his
plenty of
third
time
gateway
to get.
up.
Yep, he should have plenty of time to warp in units to defend against this.
A problem with the first game was that he was never able to get any scouting information on Eureka, and so the attack was a complete surprise to him, but he definitely should be able to at least prepare himself for this push that's inevitably coming up from Eureka.
Definitely.
Spawning in mostly zealots at this point, not making a whole lot more use out of his robotics facility, and not moving out to make that expansion like he did last game, because he knows this is coming fairly soon.
I am a little surprised by his choice of zealots over stalkers. It could be that he's trying to save up all his gas for early Colossus. But
he's actually going immortals right now, maybe to fight off those tanks.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about this. I understand 3 tanks is quite a few, but so many Banshees and like almost no defense against that.
Right.
That will cause a lot of problems.
Right. He needs a little bit of anti-air to take out those Banshees, and again, Eureka is not bothering with the cloak. Because really these Banshees aren't meant for a harassment. They're just they're there to give vision and support to the units. And Eureka, just like last time, moving out with almost half of his SCVs to give Kama's units something else to shoot at.
And also probably to repair those tanks. Let's see, he does have them on auto repair, so I do believe he's going to be hoping to do that. Although Kama does have a Colossus on the field and is trying to warp in another, or get another one in, I don't think he's going to be able to get that up in time. Okay.
A few of his forces go down to that tank fire right away, and he's going to have a hard time getting out of his base right now. 4 tanks protecting and the rest of the units moving in. He can't engage that army directly without fear of getting attacked by those tanks. He needs to back up right here. This is not a good point. This is not a good spot to engage. All of his forces are going to go down, and I don't know what he can do right now at this point. All Kamalleri's forces, Kamalleri's forces go down, and Eureka's going to move in. You know what? I don't think he's going to have any problem cleaning this up and moving on to the finals.
No. Oh, he's taking out that Colossus. It doesn't stand a chance.
And no GG
and
from
has
Kammalleri.
left the game.
Wow, just left. I mean, last time Eureka went this strategy, he said OP strat. I guess he wasn't pleased that Eureka went to it again, and I guess Kama just wasn't prepared for it, because even when he knew it was coming, he still didn't know how to defend against it. So maybe he shouldn't have given away that he thought it was an OP strat earlier in the series.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there.
But congratulations to Eureka, who's going to move on to the finals against still undetermined opponent, and that's going to be this coming up week. And I can't wait to see what happens. Thank you, Russ, for joining me.
No problem.
I will see you guys very soon.